Hey guys, this is MA Fish Guy. Today's video is going to be on breeding angelfish. That's freshwater angelfish. And these guys are relatively easy to breed as long as you have a male and female pair. It's actually getting that pair that can take some time. Usually you want to start off like a 20 or 30 gallon tank with 6 to 8 angelfish in it, usually around the size of a nickel to a quarter. What they'll do is they'll naturally pair off as they get older. And they're going to create their male and female pairs. The good thing about angelfish is they usually stick together for pretty much a lifetime for breeding, which is nice, unless you have bad parents, and then you can separate them and try to pair them off with others. Once they are removed from their other mate, they will actually mate with others. It's just removing it for probably like a good month or two, reconditioning them, and then reintroducing them back into the tank again. These guys are going to get about 6 to 8 inches. Usually breeding can take anywhere between 3 to 6 inches. I've seen even smaller start breeding sooner, so it all depends on what you have. Another question a lot of people have is, can you actually mix the different angelfish? Yes, you can. You can do the kois, the silvers, the black and whites, the blacks. Any type of angelfish will mix with other angelfish. So you can get some pretty interesting mixes right there. And I've had some pretty cool outcomes from my breeds. With these guys, conditioning is very, very important. You want to do brine shrimp, bloodworms, make sure they're frozen. Any kind of frozen food is definitely going to put them into conditioning mode. But if you want to do a good job at it, you want to do live food. Your live, bloodworms, brine shrimp. Brine shrimp would probably be the easiest. I'll have a link down below where you can buy some eggs and hatch them on your own. Usually takes about a week or two, but it's well worth it in the long run. Another thing with these guys is they do become very territorial when they're starting to breed, so you want to keep an eye on that. If you do have a community tank, they will start attacking fish and actually kill them, depending on where their breeding site is. The main thing you want in the tank if you want to breed these guys is you want like an Amazon sword plant, a piece of like rock slate, a broken piece of orange clay pot, anything that's a flat surface they can clean. Mine usually breed right on my Amazon sword plant leaves because they're nice and broad, and there's plenty of them. The Amazon sword plants are easy to get a hold of. You can go to any pet store and get them for roughly $5.99. And they actually will kind of stem off themselves and create little baby plants, which is kind of cool. I'll be covering that in my next video. But when it comes to sexual differences for the angelfish, this can be quite tricky. A lot of people say it's with the finnage. I've never really seen the difference, and if I do, it can vary between male and female. The main thing I look for is you'll see like a little bump come out, right in like kind of like the genital area for the fish. If it's kind of rounded, it's going to be a female. If it's pointed, it's going to be a boy. And it's actually quite large, especially on the female. You can definitely tell where it is, so you just want to keep an eye out for that. After these guys have picked out an area to breed, the eggs usually take anywhere from 24 to 48 hours to hatch. And after that, it takes about 6 to 7 days that I've seen for them to become free swimming and actually eating on their own, chasing the food down and everything like that. What you can feed the babies after they hatch is baby brine shrimp. That's my favorite to feed them. It's the most readily available food that you can do. Like I said, you can hatch them within a week. So you start the batch as soon as they start laying the eggs, and you'll have baby brine shrimp by the time that they're done. You want to keep the water around like 74 degrees when they're not breeding. But I actually raise mine up slowly to 82 degrees during breeding. That way it kind of puts them into the mood a little bit more too, as well as the frozen food. With these guys, they will actually transport the babies in their mouth too after they hatch. So don't think that they're eating it. Some will eat them, of course. But yeah, you want to make sure that they're not eating it. If they are, you want to take the parents out. Another thing you don't want to do, you don't want to turn the light off. I know this is quite annoying if you have an aquarium in your bedroom. Just kind of surround it with some towels because the other fish or the angels will sometimes get confused and actually eat them at nighttime. So you want to definitely keep an eye on that. And then once the babies become free swimming, you do want to take the parents out and just keep feeding them like 2 or 3 times a day. Do water changes at least every other day of 50%. If you want to see a real big growing rate, do your water changes at least every day and feed 3 times a day. I'll sometimes even bump mine up to 4 or 5 times for feeding a day. And then sometimes I've even done 250% water changes in a day. I know it's overkill, but it's definitely better than underdoing it. So that's one thing if you want to raise these guys real quick. Another thing with that is, when do you sell them? Usually with mine, I wait till they're about a nickel size to a quarter size. A lot of pet stores, some of them will buy them at a dime size, but you want to stay away from that because you're really not going to get all your money's worth. And if you want to keep breeding them, you don't really see the true potential colors usually until they're about a quarter to a $half size. So some of them, if they look promising, I do keep them and I'll let them grow out. It doesn't hurt to keep them because the bigger the angelfish, the better they sell. Some of my large ones, anywhere from 3 inches and above, have sold for $30 to $40. So I mean, it's a good profit, and at a nickel size, I can usually sell them for $3 to $4 a piece. And if you do store credit, that can pretty much buy your supplies for the month, or even start doing new angelfish to add into the breeding pool. So I mean, the income is kind of cool from it. And it's definitely worth it as long as you have a couple mom and pop shops around that are willing to buy your fish, unless it's really not worth it to ship them. Even if you have to give them away to friends or give them away to pet stores, a lot of them will do store credit if they don't want to do money. So that's definitely the way to go for that. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. You can visit my website, mafishguide.blogspot.com. I'll have a link below. Shoot me some more comments. I'll start doing some more videos on people's requests, and I'll see you guys later.